Be honest with me. Is your wedding planner design proposal just a mood board with some images you found on Pinterest and maybe a color swatch or two? And do you send this to your client in an email and just cross your fingers and toes that they like it, they get your ideas, and that everything all comes together in the end? Well, if so, in today's video, I'm gonna teach you more about how you can upgrade your design proposals so that when you send them to your clients, you wow them and they feel like, oh my God, this is the wedding design of my dreams. If you're new here, hey, I'm Candice Coppola. I'm a business coach for wedding pros and wedding planners. I'm a former wedding planner and designer. I planned weddings and events all over the world for over 12 years, and I got to design some pretty spectacularly gorgeous events. And over the years, I really had to learn how to become a wedding designer. So if you're a wedding planner who offers design and you feel super insecure about your ability to create some magical space that your clients are going to love, please know that you're not alone. I think every planner that I've ever met in my entire career, and I've met some pretty spectacular planners, by the way. I've met some big names. I won't drop them here because I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, and I don't want to come across as a name dropper, but think of all the big names in wedding planning. I know them. I've even worked with a couple of them. And I can confidently tell you that pretty much every wedding planner I've ever met who also designs has imposter syndrome when it comes to the creative part of planning and designing. It's not necessarily something that we're born with per se. It's a skill that we have to learn, and even those of us who are the most senior and who've been doing it for a long time and whose weddings wow you on Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok, even we have imposter syndrome from time to time when it comes to design. So listen, that's just me telling you that this is all part of the process, but design is something and is a skill that you can get better at over time. And what I want to teach you today is what to include in your design proposals, specifically 3 things that I want you to start including in your design proposals that will help you become a better wedding designer, and also wow your clients and make them feel like, oh my God, I hired the most amazing wedding designer ever. And it can also even help you raise your price, upgrade your own fees, and start charging more money for your creativity and your design. So if you're just sending out a mood board and a couple of color swatches, it's time that we upgrade that and start to do something different. So the first thing that I do want you to put together when you're creating a design for your next couple is definitely put together a mood board. But I want you to think about it a little bit differently maybe than you've been thinking about it in the past. When I think of mood board, I think of either something physical like a linen board or a pin board with actual items pinned to it, swatches of fabric, other little pictures and things, but also a digital version of that. And the mood board is to set the tone for the event. It's to set a feeling, a theme, a mood. And when you look at the board, it's supposed to help you kind of understand the concept, understand the distribution of color, of texture, of how things will play off of each other, and evoke a feeling. It's not meant to be taken literally. It's meant to be sort of inspirational and aspirational. So as you create your next inspiration board for your next design client, I want you to approach it with that in mind. Pull images and pull swatches of things that help to tell a story about what the entire day will look and feel like. Now, your mood board should have enough images where the concept can make sense, and they all need to work together. Putting together a mood board is actually kind of hard. It's not an easy thing to do because you're scouring Pinterest, you're scouring the internet for the right centerpiece and the right shade of pink with the right this and the right that. It can take a long time to perfectly pull together the right inspiration board. But when done right and when done well, that one file can get sent to every creative partner on the team, and they should be able to pretty instantly understand the vision and execute their role in it. So you should be able to send your mood board to the florist and they should be like, all right, girl, I got you. Like, I know exactly the type of flowers we should use. I have a couple of ideas. I know exactly what we need to do. Same should be said for the caterer when it comes to food and how to display it and how to present it, creating and crafting an amazing menu, or the bar and the cocktails that'll be served. They should be able to look at your inspiration board, your mood board, and instantly understand where we're going and how we're gonna get there based on what it is they're contributing. So your mood board is very important, but it's time to upgrade it. It's time to make it just a little bit more bougie, a little bit more thoughtful, a little bit more strategic, and a little bit more aspirational and not literal. So where do we put all of the literal pictures of the things that we literally want to do, that we need to be able to relay to the client and illustrate? Well, that's where the second piece of your design proposal comes together. You have your mood board, which sets the tone and invokes a feeling, but next I want you to start developing a design dossier that you send your client, walking them through their wedding as if they were a guest. Now, this is also something like a design proposal. Dossier sounds fancy, and around here we like fancy. So we are gonna stick with dossier. You can call it whatever the heck you want, but it is literally a written proposal with images that illustrate every facet of the wedding day. Inside my design dossiers, we told the client everything that was gonna happen, right down to the napkin folds, right down to the color of the flowers. We even would put in our design dossiers, when applicable, how the late night party snacks would be distributed, and maybe even like how we would decorate the guest shuttles if we were doing something like that, what the welcome bags would look like, the invitations, bouquets, boutonnieres, every flower piece, every piece of lighting, every centerpiece, every piece of draping, every tablecloth. Everything gets laid out inside the design dossier. And what's so wonderful about the design dossier is you're literally describing how the wedding is going to look, how it's going to feel, and you're walking them through every stage of the wedding as if they were experiencing it as a guest. So you have the written word, and then you also have images that you pulled to illustrate your points. And in the design dossier, the images don't have to be the exact tone of blush, they don't have to have the exact colors, it doesn't have to be so specific as an inspiration board. You can say this is the general centerpiece look, but we're going to use your wedding colors, which are whatever. So you're able to search for images that tell a better story about what you want to do or illustrate a point inside the wedding, inside the design, but it doesn't have to match perfectly your ideas. So your design dossier needs to just walk your client through the wedding from start to finish. Every wedding's different, so what's going to be included inside your design dossier is going to look different. Some of my design dossiers were like 30 pages long. I mean, they were really in depth. You just need to start somewhere inside your design dossier. So I think the easiest place to start is the first moment guests will interact with something, and then start working your way through the day, throughout the day, and then to the last moment of where guests will interact with something at the wedding. I can't wait to see how you're able to take these inspiration boards and these design dossiers and start delivering a more incredible, more bougie, more luxury experience to your couples. And you can see how the design dossier is going to help you become a better designer, because you're literally mapping out all of your thoughts and ideas in one place. And then you're going to present it to your client and walk them through it too. And so it helps to get everybody on the same page. It helps you to flesh out your thoughts and ideas as a designer. It helps make it very easy for your customer to visualize what their wedding is going to look like. And honestly, it's just the best. Imagine hiring a wedding planner and designer and getting this beautiful design dossier where you get to walk through it all and see images and ideas, and this designer has like personally curated what your wedding is going to look like. That's pretty incredible, right? Right, and you can see how this costs a lot of money. All right, so the third thing I want you to include inside of your design proposals is sketches and room diagrams. This really helps to bring your design to life, and you can include this in the design dossier. A lot of times what I would do is I would take pictures of the location, and then inside the design dossier, I might sketch over those actual pictures where things might be. But you can also use one of my absolute favorite tools, Merri, to help you create 3D sketches and 3D incredible room diagrams of your weddings for your clients. And what's so amazing about our partner at Merri is that you can create these 3-dimensional room diagrams that walk the customer through every single facet of their wedding. I like to think of it as The Sims. If you ever played The Sims and you built like the most amazing house ever, because how could you ever play The Sims and not build your dream house? Merri acts very much like The Sims. options where you can bring in tables and chairs and chandeliers and draping and change the colors of things and create place settings and drop in floral centerpieces and do so much incredible detail inside Merri where your clients' minds are going to be completely blown. But before we get too far ahead in talking about Merri, I just want to talk about why room diagrams and sketches are really helpful. Sometimes you can't find an image that illustrates what you want to do for someone's event, and that's where sketches and room diagrams come in handy. It also is just this extra layer of thought and of just artistic thought in the process that your clients are going to love and feel deeply connected to their design and want to buy whatever it is you're selling in that design. So having these at the ready during the design process or when you submit their design proposal is just an incredible way to further walk them through their wedding. I'm gonna link some details below about our friend at Merri. I also have an incredible coupon code for you to use, which gets you 3 months free and also 25% off your first 3 months of using Merri. Merri is an incredible tool. We recommend it to the women inside the Planners Playbook, which is my community for wedding planners. I'll also link some details about the Planners Playbook below. Now, if you want to learn more about how to develop your design process and deliver an incredible design proposal, I've actually written the ultimate guide to wedding design. Inside this playbook, I walk you through how to create a better design proposal, and I also walk you through what should be included inside your design services. From A to Z, I tell you everything there is to know about wedding design. It's available inside my shop, so if you're interested in this, please go and pick it up. It's gonna take all the guesswork out of how to be a better wedding designer, and it's definitely gonna help you with any imposter syndrome you might feel. So definitely go and check that out. All right, friend, I have linked another video here that I want you to check out, but if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. I upload videos every Thursday, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.